That's a good example, Omeshnee. What about the scare that it's taking people's jobs? I was talking to Leigh earlier this morning that other companies are seeing AI as a co-pilot or as a field assistant as opposed to displacing jobs. Are you seeing a lot of our mining clients embracing it as an augmentation to jobs or skills as opposed to just displacing skills?
I think there's always been the scare. It's been centuries, actually. Every time we hear the word automation, the scare comes up of, will skills change? Will jobs
People
be
lose
lost?
jobs. Yeah.
It always is, like you said, it's about learning to adapt to that change. Jobs are not going to go away. They're just going to become different.
Yeah.
And so having agility in the environment is part of the way technology will help involve in environments.
Yeah.
The mining industry is not going to see a huge decrease in terms of jobs that are out there. What it will see, though, is the way those jobs are going to take place.
And how work gets done.
Companies need to think about the skills of the future and how to make the most of these new technologies to benefit, the companies, the communities, and actually give them better purpose in what they do. We see many clients now starting to think about what are those skills of the future, and especially in a sector like mining, where there is also an aging workforce, it becomes a bit more challenging to retrain and reskill the population around what's needed for the future. But that is where mining companies really need to focus on and really equip their people with the skills which are needed to be successful in the future. And of course, this is not something new. I mean, if you look back, with the Industrial Revolution, if you look back at the first stage of the Information Revolution, that's exactly what happened. People were actually quite scared about, the new industrial thing that came along, when they knew, the PC when it was invented. Yeah. But actually, people had to adapt. To your point, it's all about adapting into the new, and actually reskilling people to have higher value jobs, actually, that help them be more effective and efficient in what they do. And we see that across the sector, not just in mining. We see that everywhere.
Evolution,
To Andreas' point earlier of this aging workforce, what we're finding when we adopt generative AI in building skills or augmenting workers, the loss of people leaving the industry is not that hard felt, because that information, that knowledge retains within generative AI. So that experience that we would have been losing by someone 30 years in the industry, generative AI retains that, and it then pushes that to the new person. So if we think of skills, and we're thinking of someone coming in, a gig economy, they're coming in for a specific skill set, not necessarily a job description, the AI can augment the task the person has to do. And you're seeing that learning. People often ask me, why is generative AI solution sitting within learning? It should sit here. Because besides us doing an asset maintenance project, for example, we're teaching someone how to do it. We're asking them to get better. We're measuring the competence of the skill set that they have. We're allowing them to learn in an agile fashion on the job through the generative AI. And then we're measuring them and saying, listen, Sthembiso, you got 80% of this right, but this 20% that you didn't, here's a whole training program that you could now use
focus on that 20%.
And focus on that. So the power of generative AI, it really exceeds just, we're going to save money on assets, we're going to use it for exploration to find new frontiers. It really permeates all mining operations. And the side benefits or the side hires you're going to get from generative AI, I think is going to be strongest felt in the skills we're now lifting with generative AI. So to the point of, we're not going to lose jobs, we're not displacing, AI is not going to displace a large portion of the workforce, it's going to augment that and just make it better.
I always say AI doesn't replace jobs, it's people that use AI that replace
100%.
jobs.